Okay, roll call please, Nikki.
Commissioner Kirschner?
Here.
Commissioner Stacy?
Here.
Commissioner Thomas?
Here. How's the audio out there, all right? Okay, I will accept the motion to approve the digital audio video recording from our previous board session that was held Tuesday, May the 1st.
Second.
Yeah. Roll call, Nikki, please.
Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Stacy?
Yes.
Commissioner Kirschner?
Yes, do we have any adjustments to the agenda?
Under old business, I would like to discuss the annex and chair gate.
Sure, Dave. Okay. Commissioner Stacy?
Just a reminder, the Justice Center festivities for next week.
Put it on the stage.
And I understand.
Something happened.
All right, why don't we go over that? Why don't we go over the schedule now then for next week? Why don't you go ahead, yeah.
The meeting is Thursday, at 10,
Yes.
We have work session at 9:30.
a work session at 9:30, regular session at 10, on Thursday, 7:10. We have a leadership team meeting for the Justice Center, since we'll have folks in town, our partners from Selling and Gilbane, at 1:30, over in the new building. And then, ribbon cutting and time capsule dedication will be in 3 o'clock.
That's Thursday the 17th. Commissioner Thomas, chair gate and or annex?
All right, so I think we've talked about this a lot. I'm just trying to tie a bow on it. Over the course of the last year, we've talked about the annex and space and furniture and a lot of things, and we're just kind of in that process. So I wanted to make sure that we talked about it and we were in agreement. We have some furniture that was in the annex that's being recycled by juvenile probate court. Just full disclosure, that we thought we were throwing it away, and one of the commissioners brought some chairs back to the office. And Gene is my witness. I thought they were being thrown away, so I need to return those. But the bigger point is that juvenile probate is reutilizing as much furniture as they can, and they're being very frugal with the furniture and fixtures down there. We do, however, have some requests for blinds and carpeting, money that we have already had put in place, but just an expenditure. The judge is willing to share some of those costs with us, and I just wanted to give Stacy some direction on that to move forward. Any thoughts on that? I think, what's the quote on the blinds?
The blinds was, if we do every window, $13,995. We measured all of them, and that was including the stairways, and I don't think we need to do the stairways, so. That is for all the windows, and then the carpet, installed was $5,477.
Is there a net difference here? I mean, did we plan on doing
What's the
some window?
carpet?
Well, on the windows, did we plan on doing any window treatment at all?
No.
Okay. So that's just gross.
Yes.
And on the carpet, did we plan on replacing?
We were going to use the same carpet that was in the Justice Center, and when juvenile probate called me over there, the appearance of the carpet in the annex compared to the Justice Center, the carpet was completely different. We're assuming it's the LED lighting,
Yes.
so it looks like a green color in the annex, so they had requested some different colors, different options, and so our architect got some samples, and they had requested, they found one that they liked, and they requested us to get a quote. So taking off what the original carpet would be and then adding this carpet back in, that the $5,477 is the difference. And the judge said that he would come up with the money for the difference of the carpet, and he's looking to put $5,000 towards the blinds if we would consider it.
So it's an $8,000 question at this point. Why doing 13? The judge is going to up to 5, and the carpenter District 5. He was also going to go up.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'm putting that direction on this stuff. I think it's important to get those things made, because obviously the ordering process, I'm sure, is key at this point. With the renovations already started.
Okay, onward and forward.
Yeah. And these blinds will match the ones that are in the Justice Center.
All right.
Yeah. So I wanted to bring that piece of it up, and I think it was just important to keep it moving so they can continue with their demolition and painting and whatnot. The second part of that conversation is after the parking meeting, Gene and I went down to the unprogrammed space on the first floor to look at that, and that's when I got caught stealing the chairs. And have you looked at the film footage yet, Sheriff?
You're the first one to see it.
So you know your elected officials are frugal when they're fighting the dumpster. But one of the things that I didn't have information on last time we talked, and I should have been prepared on this, is Jean's rolling files that she needs to move somewhere. You know, if we pay to move them twice, it's $5,000 per move. So I didn't have that information at the time. So if we think she's going to end up with that unprogrammed space or a portion of it, then my recommendation would be that we just go ahead and move those rolling files once and the files with them once. And I think that's, and what we wanted to look to see how much room there was in there and how much stuff was in there. And I think we can move it around and make it work. So.
And I looked at that space with Dean this morning, because I had not seen it since they got the steel studdings up for the data center portion of that room, and we reached out on how much space it's going to take, still to be clear access for the double doors that go to the boiler area and meetings, and she said she's fine with knowing that that door going into that area is found in the room herself and maintenance, that we don't enter, because then that was, my concern was, we have to do something else with more walls, we don't have to do that. It's the one-time roof, and it's a full accessibility all through shelving units, that she would use some of that with them to the CSP.
So, I agree. So we're all three on the same page. So, Gene, good.
So, I mean, is the new part, you know, we can talk with Gene on that later, her dime, our dime, split the cost with her, I think that's gonna be figured out, she's going to do that.
And my only concern is the time frame, because if I understand correctly, it was gonna abut up to the data center, and I don't know how long it's gonna take to finish that data center. We can't install the files if they're gonna be in the way, of them finishing those walls. I don't know if we can set them, just temporarily move them to where her old title files were temporarily until we can get out of the way, because the June 20th date is
We trust
coming
you.
quickly.
We
Okay.
trust that you will figure it out.
Okay.
We have faith in you.
I will work with Gene.
But,
Okay.
yeah, and, you know, we may have to make a little bit of accommodations, and we may be able to ask for a few days grace from the owners of the building where we're storing our files, to, you know, make this happen in the most logical sense. I just didn't want to see textiles back wasted.
This works, like I said, once I got a chance to look at it, and I think it's going to be fairly close with the deadline. If they have that, they'll without an issue.
Okay, we had thought that possibly there would be a government class here today, and we were going to go over strategic planning for the county. I think that we will bypass that unless you folks would like to have a discussion for that.
Obviously, I know I would pull our group back together since we've had a meeting 2 weeks ago. And our group back at that time, the strategic plan always we look back at, revise what they did. We just pull our group back together, and a lot of moving things going on physically right now with the buildings and so forth. I don't see us getting that done until we get well into the summer, but I know it's a good Friday, and we regroup and go over what we got accomplished and what directions we're looking to work on priorities.
Yeah, I think we ought to bring it to some public session, but the only thing that I wanted to mention about it is that Dr. Christensen has asked for us to find someone else to moderate and head up that strategic plan. And I know that the Commissioner Thomas has brought a young lady in from the university. He'd recommended it, and I'd like to extend the offer to her, if it's okay with you two, to review what we've done so far and set up the next meeting.
That's fine. She's with corporate one now?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if she's independent, or she's, I'm not sure. There were two other things that were actionable in the strategic plan that I think we could start working on. One was, we talked about getting architects, or at least a request for qualifications. You know, is that something that's actionable without much further discussion, or?
If you, I just need to know, do you want the qualifications to be less specific, so we have the architect for a range of projects, or because we know few of the projects, we know, the CSB wall, the museum, and potentially the RTA building are some of the buildings that I've heard you guys discuss that we wanted to. I can either do the request for qualifications to be a little bit more generic to get somebody, or if you want them specific, we can get that out and advertise. It doesn't take very long. You don't need action for that, I just need direction.
Yeah, I think it's something that we can get rolling, and it's just not a monetary thing other than advertising your time. And then they're available, we'll find out who's out there.
Okay.
I think, any other thoughts?
No, we know, because there's just a number of projects.
Okay, well, I think we could do it as generic as you wish, and then, when we have those qualifications, maybe you pick a couple or three of them out to do, ask for some specific project, skills.
And I'd like to nominate Mike Kirshner to sit in on the interview process when you get your list selected, so we don't have to.
Okay.
I think somebody's off over here. Okay, so you get all you wanted to say about the Justice Center, right? So now we have Spyglass, and I think that is your.
Yes. Spyglass is a company that does some review of our, in the past they've done our phones. It looks like they have branched their services. They do the local phone service, the long distance service, data, internet, and wireless service, cell phones. They review our bills, and they recoup any fees that have been charged to our account, or overages on our account, and they look at the contract details to see if we're close to contract. We did this back in 2008 and in 2011, and he had contacted me the end of last year, the beginning of this year, wondering if we'd be interested in that again. With all of the moving of the Justice Center, I told him that I needed some time, get some of those departments moved, some of the phones moved before I'd be interested in discussing it again. So I wanted to bring it up with you guys to see what they do. How they get paid is basically they get 50% of what they can recoup.
The first year.
Yes, the first year. Yep.
I don't really have any problem. I guess that I would prefer that the annex be up and operating before they come in and review it.
Okay.
Since that's our last major project for a while.
Yep.
You thought,
Yeah, I'm fine with it. If you think it's a good program, once we're done, it might be a little bit steep in cost, stuff that we could be doing ourselves, but if it's found money, we might argue with that.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so,
So you'll bring a contract back to us?
Yes.
Is that?
Yes.
Do you have any recommendations from any other counties who have done this, or do you have any?
No, I can ask for references. I only know because we did it, our experience in 2008 and 2011. This is a new sales rep than what I had before, but I can reach out to other counties to see. I was just going on our experience.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's kind of reference.
Hopefully.
okay, let's move on to supplemental appropriation.
Okay, where's my resolutions? I have a supplement to the permanent appropriations to the real estate fund, putting $40,000 into contract services. To put her Pictionary,
No, pictometry.
yes, thank you, contract in place. I have a supplement to the permanent appropriations to the TCAP fund. Total appropriations is $18,027.80. I have a supplement to the permanent appropriation to the concealed handgun license fund, $1,000 into supplies. I have an appropriation adjustment within the M&R fund, moving $15,000 from contract projects to material. I have a supplement to the permanent appropriations for the Wolf Creek Petition Ditch Fund, putting $50,000 into contract services. This is to cover the initial change order that we had discussed last week. And we did go ahead and put a little extra in there, knowing we're having a change order, another change order coming. Mark hasn't got a price from them on it yet, so.
Are we clear on what we're supposed to do in Wolf Creek? Were we supposed to have another meeting? Are all of our people satisfied? I've not heard anything on that.
Satisfied would be a broad term, 2 years.
I mean, have we gotten back to everybody that we need to get back to?
We have, I've been back and forth with them, and Mark and I are going to try to coordinate to get out, he just said other projects for enough, because we couldn't do it yesterday or today, but to get out there and meet with a couple of them that had specific questions about an area of the state route 12 bridge. So we need to go out and do that, because they requested that we come out and want to show us some stuff, but beyond that, yeah.
We've gotten back to everybody.
We've gotten back, yep.
Okay, I have a resolution authorizing the purchase of two 2018 Dodge Chargers through the Ohio Department of Administrative Services Cooperative Purchasing Program and local vendors, and move bidding on behalf of Seneca County Sheriff's Office, retroactive to April 15th, 2018. These are the ones that was already approved and purchased. We just needed to do the resolution, so not anything new requesting. I have a resolution authorizing the emergency management services contract with the Seneca County Local Emergency Planning Commission on behalf of the Seneca County Emergency Management Agency. This is to allow them to apply for the CERC grant and the HMEP grants. And if you want to know what those mean, I have the guy sitting in the to tell what those acronyms are.
That's a good segue. Why don't you guys tell us what,
Sure. So CERC and HMPG are essentially CERC is the ruling state emergency response commission, if you will, or response committee that governs LEPCs or local emergency planning committees. All the forms and all the grants and all the money we spend and exercises and trainings we do have to go to the state, and they're the certifying or the ruling governing body for LEPC statewide. So every state has a CERT. Ohio is with that. HMPG is a hazard mitigation performance grant. So that allows us, if we have any mitigating plans through LEPC that we've submitted, that means we can apply for grant funding to do those. As of right now, my predecessor didn't put any mitigation plans to the LEPC, so we don't have potential to gain access to the HMPG grant because of that. Now, looking forward to that, if we were to do anything, if there's a low-lying area in Seneca County, we could do a mitigation for flooding, or if there's straight-line winds or tornado factors, we can do a mitigation and looking at how we work with those. But as of right now, we actually are not eligible for any HMPG. But if we were, this resolution would give us the ability to apply for that.
thank you.
That's all the resolutions I have. I have a couple of proclamations to sign as well.
Second. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Stacy?
Yes.
Commissioner Kirschner?
Yeah. Okay, so we have a proclamation here from the board to be signed. That is Motorcycle Awareness Month, in recognition of that in Seneca County. proclamation from the Board of Commissioners for Respect for Law Week. We will be there for a luncheon today. I want to present it at that point. So I will read motions for these, or?
No.
All right, so we'll sign these and take them with us to the appropriate places. I want to recognize Sheriff Huckleberry here today. He was here thinking that there might be a criminal justice class, not a criminal justice class, but a government class that was here. Sheriff, would you like to address us or have anything to say today?
I just want it noted that since I graduated in '76 from here, they came in and took out all the seats that I fit in and put these rollers in. I said, "Keep over it." I'll give you an update on the package scanner for the Justice Center. It's in our salad bar right now. We're going to be moving it up to the building sometime later this week. I haven't got the installing the training date yet from the supplier. He was having difficulty with the trucking company that was bringing it to us. Somehow they managed to get an address in New York. Not sure if our scanner was in New York and came back, but there is a Seneca County, New York, and that's probably where they got that address. We do have it in the salad port right now, and then we can move it downtown. So you're going to see a rather light item there that has the capability of seeing what's inside briefcases, backpacks, whatnot, and also detects explosives and narcotics. So if somebody comes in with more weed in their purse, they want to check it out before they come to the Justice Center, or they can get a one-way ride up to jail. So,
Thank you for being here, Sheriff. The clerk of court, did you have anything you'd like to address, Commissioner, today?
Just say, thank you for the consideration today. We are busy working on moving, plans on the Jefferson Street, and the jail crew. And by the way, we used the jail crew, when we moved into the new building. We used them last week for moving some of our files out of David and Jefferson. They've done a phenomenal job. What a great project that is, and the deputy that does it does a great job. So just a little plug. Thank you.
Thank you. So we originally did not have any public comment today because we thought the room would be filled with students and let them ask questions. We do have to be someplace in the quarter as well, so I will open it up to comments, limited to 3 minutes. Welcome to address the commission. That's our budget that we're done. So, anybody have any comments they'd like to make public comments? Yes, Chris.
Stand right here.
You can stand here, you can use the podium, you can do whatever you would like. You probably have to turn, yeah.
Yep.
So my family and I Saturday went up to Cedar Point for their opening day. This is a picture of the top thrill dragster, the tallest ride at Cedar Point, 420 foot tall. I think it's pretty amazing. I'm down here somewhere. I'm pretty small, I'm 6'2", 300 pounds. You can kind of see me down there. This is a good perspective shot. The wind turbine projects that many of you know about will put in place 120 590-foot wind turbines, 170 foot taller than that. You've been up there, I'm sure most of you have been up to the lake by Cedar Point, and you can see this ride from quite a ways away. So I just wanted to point that out. I thought that was an interesting perspective shot, kind of a scope, because I don't think people, I know people because I've spent about 9 hours going door to door in my time to talk to people, and I don't think people truly grasp how tall we are.
Hannah Smith, 11th grade, to the attendance office. Hannah Smith, 11th grade, to the attendance office.
I mean, you can see.
We'll give you back those 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. I thought maybe they were going to call me to the office. You see the ones over at Finley. And
Students, for 5A lunch, the main hallway is closed. Main hallway is closed for 5A lunch today. You need to eat in the cafeteria or outside. Thank you.
At least they didn't interrupt you guys. So anyways, the ones in Finley are nowhere near this height. I mean, you can drive over there and see them, you can drive down to Putnam County and work. They're nowhere near this size. I mean, this size is gonna be, I don't have the facts, but I'm almost 100% sure this will be the first ones in Ohio this fall, if they happen. I just caught today a little article that's gonna be in the Attica Hub on Thursday. They interviewed, Mr. Mike Kirshner. I'm just gonna touch on a few of the things, because I encourage everyone to buy the hub, so I don't wanna give away all the details. Starts off right away, it says, quote, they're quoting, Mr. Kirshner, it says, "I know a lot about wind energy. I have seen no empirical data that it presents a danger to our citizens." It's a pretty big statement. Typically, when someone says, "I know a lot," that kind of brings some questions up. If you know a lot and you research the topic, you don't usually have to say something like that. He also talks about House Bill 39, which I'm a little confused on. I did some research. I don't think that's the right House bill, but I could be wrong. About it taking away some of our tax income across communities in Ohio. So I want to get clarification on that. I think it's House Bill 49, and Bill Ryan co-sponsored that. This is from the article. Commissioner Kirshner is adamant that he and other commissioners have done their homework and are not putting his constituents in harm's way by moving forward with the wind turbine. The Ohio Power Siting Board is the group that ultimately determines health impact on Ohio residents, says Mike. The OPSB relies on bipartisan Ohio Legislative Service Commission to research these issues. This is the same organization that has never, ever denied a wind turbine project. When compared to the operation of typical coal-burning power plants in Ohio, wind farms represent a minimal public health threat with minimal environmental impact. I don't think we have any coal plants in Seneca County. I don't think. I could be wrong. Also, it states in here, infrasound is problematic to humans only if decibel levels are greater than 115 decibels. Infrasound levels associated with operation of modern wind turbines generate levels typically below 70 decibels. I work for a manufacturer and we're stringent on making sure our machines are below 80 decibels. 80 decibels is pretty loud. I don't know if you've ever witnessed constant 80 decibels, but it's pretty loud. So they're typically below 70 decibels. Typically is kind of a scary word there. He says, I suspect we have a silent majority for wind turbines, but probably the only way to gauge that is through referendum. Let's hope we can have a referendum. Because I mean, ultimately that's mine, and I think a lot of people's goal is for everyone to have a say in this, whether you're for it or against it.
All right, Chris, I appreciate it. If you want to wrap it up, anybody would like to read the article, I didn't know it was published, but anybody would like to read it, certainly welcome to do that. I'm sure either online or otherwise. Yep. Have one final comment, and then we can move on.
Yeah, I just, I think that, I don't think people have, like I talked about with, the representation of the sides. I think people really need to understand how tall they are. I think that's would change a lot of people's opinion, that there's going to be 120 of them, just at the onset. And then, obviously, there's potential for more projects. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from, yes?
I just want to clarify, the resolution you passed earlier, the resolution you signed, can you go over the syllables again for me? H1. I'll make sure I understood.
HMEP is different than it.
Yeah, I would say HMPG versus the
HMEP.
I apologize, that's my fault. I want to clarify, HMEP is Hazardous Materials Emergency Preparedness Grant. So they're two completely separate things.
Right.
So
Okay.
HMEP is for training exercise by our public sector, fire departments, police departments, sheriff's departments to interact, to train, and respond to hazardous materials events. Everything from gasoline, diesel. Erie County just had an ethanol fire in their train yard, responding to things like that. So this HMEP will give us the ability to better train our public sector response and protection efforts. So this is actually a very, very critical one. That's why I wanted to clarify. That's why I was HMPG and HMEP are two very different things. So thank you for the clarification.
You did bring up a good point, and I meant to talk to you about this privately, but if we got a minute. You know, there was a pretty tragic looking fire up in Bellevue this weekend at the rail yard. And I just wonder, you know, what is our procedure? Because we've got the same tanker cars filled with oil, you know, gondolas full of coal coming through our communities, and if one of those ignite, do we have a preparedness plan? Is it cool to have a preparedness plan? I just wanted to know where we're at on those kind of things.
So we're required by law through the local emergency planning committee, LEPC, to update that hazardous materials response every year. So we have all the businesses that transport hazardous materials in and through our county are on that, as well as we update it annually with all of our partners through the LEPC. Currently, we're getting ready to update it to more than 2018 into 2019. We do have response, protection, mitigation, and recovery built into those plans. So, for example, the January train derailment that was in their county, had that been a hazardous materials, there was a plan in action that would have been activated should that have been hazardous materials. If we had an ethanol fire, just like Erie County, we have a plan that would then be implemented and be activated should it happen. So yes, to answer your question, yes.
The rail takes the lead on that, though. I mean, they're like Norfolk Southern took the lead on that fire. They would take the lead on that.
So, because we're home rule and the state of Ohio says so, any fire scene that involves hazardous materials, the acting fire chief of that area has command of that scene until it no longer becomes a hazardous materials incident, if you will. Now, recovery and cleanup efforts then fall back onto the train company if it's deemed so. But if other things go into it, if there's chemicals leaking into the ground, is it next to a navigable waterway? Does the Coast Guard have to get involved? So there's a lot of things that go into it. But in terms of the ethanol fire in Erie County, or if that happened to fall in here into Seneca, after the fire was out, Norfolk Southern then would have responsibility of their cargo.
Same rules apply to pipelines?
I'd have to check on that, but I believe
Because
so,
we did
yes.
have a pipeline fire up north of Republic 5 years ago.
Okay.
Natural gas pipeline fires.
Yep, so after the fire is, after the hazardous materials incident or that fire is extinguished, it then becomes the company's responsibility. We will work with them, but it's their responsibility to pay for it.
Okay. Thanks.
If you have any more questions, feel free to let me know.
Anything else? Okay, we are adjourned.